Kia ora, hello, and welcome to the Creative Matters podcast, where we have inspiring conversations with New Zealand artists. I'm your host, Mandy Yarkich. These conversations are intimate, uplifting, and insightful. The guests on this show have absolutely enriched my life, and I'm sure their stories will have the same effect on you. Thank you for listening to these remarkable people speak about what drives them, the way they work, and the change they bring to the world. This is episode 52 and the first of a new series of shorter format podcast episodes that will be sprinkled through our artist interviews and are devoted to highlighting a creative business from Aotearoa who provide a great service or product I think you would love. This week I'm talking to the founder of Blank Inspiration, Hadleigh Vernall. Hadleigh, also known as Hads, talks us through the range of awesome pre-framed, primed cotton linen canvases available through his Blank online store. Hi Hadleigh.
Hey Mandy.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you finally.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me in your cool office in Remuera.
You're most welcome.
Great to meet you, and I'm here to talk to you all about your amazing business called Blank Inspiration.
How fun. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about it. So can you tell us in a nutshell what it's all about?
So Blank Inspiration is about making art more accessible. Basically, we want to help artists get the cost of raw materials down and help them along the way so then they can produce the art to market at a much lower price, with the idea that customers then can hopefully make the leap and buy an original piece, and just get more art out there. You know, everybody's got a house with 10 plus walls on it, and having art in your life and in your house, living with art, I think is just such a positive thing.
Yeah, totally. And can you describe the actual products that you're selling?
So our innovation is a pre-framed canvas. So you've got your canvas, and then it comes with like a tray floating frame it comes screwed into the frame, and you would unscrew the frame, put that back into the box, paint your piece, and then once you're finished, put it back into the frame and re-screw it up. So you're kind of like you're choosing your frame before you do your piece rather than afterwards.
Yeah. And you have two different options at the moment for your frame?
Yeah, at the moment we've got the white frame and the black frame, which is a pine wood, and then it's been powder coated. And then coming soon is the natural wood frame. So we've had heaps of feedback of people wanting to try the natural wood, and we've delivered.
Brilliant. And can you actually end up painting that if you want to, or staining it, do you think?
Yeah. This girl just recently she kept the frame on and painted her piece, and I had the paint on the frame, and the frame was like a part of the painting.
That's nice too. So just looking at the canvas now, it's this, canvas like you'd normally see, and then there's that sort of negative detail around it, and then your frame, which is quite boxy and flat,
yeah,
and quite modern looking.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the actual canvas, and how is that prepared?
So the canvas is stretched over pine wood stretcher bars and is a 60% cotton, 40% linen blend. I personally love the blend because you get the upsides of having the linen and also the upsides of the cotton, because linen is quite hard to stretch, whereas cotton is easy to stretch. And I find that like with the linen, the paint kind of comes off the brush. It kind of soaks in the paint really nicely.
Yeah, it's beautiful to paint on linen. And it's primed.
Yes, comes primed. So, yeah, it comes pre-primed. But, of course, you're welcome to prime it as many times as you like if you want to get that ultra smooth finish.
Yeah. It's a really cool concept, and I love your ideas that you have around, keeping your artwork safe and packaging, and, if you're delivering an artwork, it's all sorted in a box. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it comes in a box. Like I was saying just before, if you go to an art show and you see somebody walking out with a big painting hung over their shoulder, it just seems wrong. Art should be packaged in a box, kept safe, and then once it's on your wall, it's safe forever.
Yeah, and it's very cool because the frame and the canvas obviously have been made for the box, or the box has been made for the canvas. So it's perfect. It fits perfectly inside there. It doesn't move around too much.
Yeah.
And then, I love that idea that you don't have to actually bubble wrap or, as you say, hold it, walk somewhere just holding the canvas without any protection. It just is a really cool way of being able to transport or sell your art, I guess.
Yeah, I think, you finish your painting and then someone buys it and you're like, hang on a second, how am I actually going to package this thing up? Yeah, you got to bubble wrap it, put the protection on the corners, fit it into a box. And then if you got to courier it, that is risky, So you got to make sure you protect it as much as you can.
So you can just actually put the address where you're sending it straight onto the box and just send it off like that?
Just like that.
That's amazing. And no more padding needed, or would you recommend wrapping the canvas inside the box?
Yeah, so it comes in like a bubble wrap snug fit bag. And then also for our new orders, we've gone for a thicker cardboard and thicker edges, just trying to reinforce it even further. Because sometimes, to be honest, the couriers can be shockers. So you do have to be mindful for that.
And that's great. It's like you've sort of got your packaging sorted when you buy your actual canvas, which is
and with no advertising.
A bonus.
Put your own advertising on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that looks really professional, I think.
So it's just a blank box.
Blank box, blank canvas, blank inspiration.
Brilliant. I love it. So good. And can you tell us about the framing at the back and how you support the actual canvas?
Yeah, the framing at the back is going to really reinforce your canvas. We've got a thin canvas, so when you place it into the frame, that really strengthens it up. And I'm sure once it's in the frame that you're not going to have any bowing or long-term hanging damage. And we just recently had a bit of a fiasco with the D-rings for hanging the wire across. I personally will hang the D-rings on the top corners and then directly onto hooks. I feel like that is probably the strongest way to hang it on the wall. But traditionally, you use a wire, right? So we had these screws that were made for the prior option, but I've now changed the screws, and so all the new ones have the smaller screws. So if you do hang the wire, then that's all included.
Yeah. So you include the wire with the D-rings?
Not the wire, actually.
Okay.
But we include the rings and the screws.
Yeah. And I guess with those screws, I mean, if you actually put them through the outer frame, the wired frame, they would be fine, even those original screws?
Yeah. If you're careful about it, for sure. But I'm not much of a real handyman myself, so I can see that's a mistake I could make.
Yeah, and because if you've got that negative detail, it's narrower.
Oh, and what a disaster, imagine finishing your piece and then you've screwed through the frame.
Yeah.
But hey, you can always replace a frame. You can't replace an artwork.
Yeah, true. No, that's very cool. And, can people actually get just the framing off you, or is it a sort of complete package canvas frame?
At the moment, it's a complete package, but in the future, we'd love to have everything, canvas, frames, anything. So I'd love to eventually get to that for sure.
And I love that idea. It's just such a compact sort of solution in a way, isn't it, for artists?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And just getting the price down, yes, I hear stories of artists when they've spent like a week painting a piece and they spend so much time on it, and then they get the canvas and then the frame and the paints, and it's like it's cost them so much money to make this piece.
Yeah, and it's also a time thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and time. And you got to sell it at a price people can afford most of the time. People, I think once they get over their $1,000 mark, it gets tough.
But I also love the idea that the cardboard box is recyclable, because plastic bubble wrap is not good for landfill, is it?
Yeah, no, we're doing our best to get around that. We use the bubble wrap, but we'd love to be 100% sustainable in the future. But yeah, hey, we're coming up with new ideas all the time.
Yeah, and it's just a new business, isn't it? So let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. How much are you charging for these canvases, and what different sizes do you have?
So we got 2 sizes at the moment, with 4 sizes coming soon. The smaller size is 50 centimeters by 70 centimeters, and we sell that for $69. And then our largest size is 70 centimeters by, or maybe 75 centimeters by a meter, and that's $115. But we are going to have to put our prices up a little bit soon, just because all our costs have gone up, and I priced it as low as I can, with the idea that we're going to help artists get their raw material costs right down. And so I think at these prices, the business might not be that sustainable, but we'll only put them a little bit up.
Yeah. I mean, prices are going up with all the other costs, aren't they? So it's difficult.
Me about it. Yeah.
It's hard for a new business. And there was another question I was going to ask. How do artists find these amazing canvases?
Find us on www.blankinspiration.com. But most of the action happens, to be honest, on the Instagram. I feel like Instagram is the place for art. I know there was the whole thing where they were switching it to TikTok or whatever. But yeah, like any artist, you've got your page, you can make stories showing your like art journey. And I think, Instagram's the place for art.
So people can DM you through Instagram?
100%.
Yeah. And they can see obviously on your page what you're doing and what the products are.
Yeah, that's blank.inspiration.
Cool. Okay, well, it's been lovely to meet you, Hadleigh, and I applaud you for, jumping off the cliff and starting a new business, especially at this time. It's not an easy feat.
Yeah, thank you. My first podcast. It was exciting to do it.
Yeah.
And, as I say, we're just working on it all the time, trying to come up with new ideas. And we'd love to also be selling art or helping artists sell their art for zero commission. I think the zero commission exhibition, that's what we need, because most consumers probably don't realize that galleries and exhibitions take 30 to 50% commission. And if you're buying a piece, half of the artist is only really getting half of that. And so, we'd love to try and change that as well.
Yeah, cool. Exciting. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I'm definitely going to get some of these for myself, for my own painting, if I ever actually find time to do it.
Let's go.
And thank you to Blank Inspiration too for donating 12 framed canvases for our next children's project in the community at Kumu Arts. So much appreciated.
You're most welcome.
Cool. Thanks, Hadleigh.
Thank you.